The United States has many haunted film locations where movies were shot and strange things happened during filming. Actors and film crews have reported cold spots, moving objects, ghostly voices, and even full shadow figures while working on movies. These haunted film locations not only gave us scary films, but also carry real stories of paranormal activity, making them just as spooky in real life as on the screen. The Bates Motel house in Los Angeles is more than a Hollywood landmark. It is a shrine to fear. The creepy Victorian home, forever tied to Norman Bates and the shadow of his mother, looms over visitors with its dark, angled roof and peeling paint. Its walls have absorbed decades of horror, screams, and tension, making it one of the most haunted film locations in California. Film crews have been drawn here repeatedly, with productions like Psycho 1960, Bates Motel TV series 2013, When the Lights Went Out 2012, Urban Legends, Bloody Mary 2005, and Shadow of Evil 2008 all shooting in or around the property. But with each filming came unexplainable events that terrified actors, directors, and crew. During the filming of Psycho 1960, crew reported lights flickering and cameras malfunctioning in the attic scenes. Anthony Perkins mentioned feeling cold hands brush his back while rehearsing alone. And extras claimed to hear whispers of a woman warning them to leave the house. One lighting rig even collapsed during a tense moment, narrowly missing the director. The Bates Motel series 2013 brought new chills. Vera Farmiga admitted she sometimes refused to enter the bedroom set because she felt watched. Crew members saw shadows move across walls that had no light source, and doors slammed violently in empty hallways. One night, a security guard claimed he saw the figure of an old woman in a long dress staring from the upper window. While filming When the Lights Went Out 2012, strange accidents occurred. A cameraman was thrown backward by a chair that moved on its own, and a sound mixer fainted after hearing a baby crying in a room where no child was present. Several actors reported hearing faint laughter when no one was on set. Urban Legends. Bloody Mary 2005 was plagued with electrical problems. Mirrors in the house reflected figures that weren't there, and extras reported hearing someone whisper their names. One actress screamed when she felt a cold hand touch her shoulder from behind, but no one was there. During Shadow of Evil 2008, cast members claimed shadowy figures appeared in hallways, especially near the back stairs. A production assistant ran from the set, saying a woman in black followed him for an entire scene. EVP recordings picked up voices murmuring, "She's here," causing the crew to abandon filming late at night. Netherworld Haunted House in Georgia is not just a haunted attraction, it is a realm where fear takes shape. Built to terrify visitors, its dark halls, fog-filled rooms, and twisted sets have trapped the attention of filmmakers who seek real horror. Actors and crews often leave with more than footage. They leave with ghostly memories that never fade. Films such as Wrong Turn 3, Left 4 Dead 2009, The Walking Dead 2010, Select Scenes, Jeepers Creepers 2 2003, 30 Days of Night 2007, and The Collector 2009 have used Netherworld for their shoots, and each production came with terrifying paranormal events. During Wrong Turn 3, Left 4 Dead 2009, crew members reported hearing chains rattling in rooms with no doors. An actress screamed when she felt hands grip her shoulders, even though no one stood behind her. Cameras malfunctioned repeatedly in the basement sets, and one prop axe fell from a table, narrowly missing an actor, though no one had touched it. While filming select scenes for The Walking Dead 2010, extras claimed to see shadowy figures crouching in corners. A director admitted he felt someone brushing past him on a foggy night shoot, and later, monitors captured a blurred figure moving between actors, though no one was there. During Jeepers Creepers 2 2003, the scare-filled hallways became even more sinister. Actors reported hearing growls behind locked doors, and a lighting rig fell unexpectedly during a night scene. One stunt double woke up in the hotel after filming to see a pale man staring at him from the hallway, disappearing when he blinked. The filming of 30 Days of Night 2007 brought icy chills. Extras shivered in rooms with no air conditioning. A sound technician fainted after hearing whispers saying, "Leave now," while reviewing audio of a supposedly empty corridor. Crew members swore the fog machines moved on their own. The Collector 2009 had some of the most intense hauntings. Props slid across tables, doors slammed violently, and one actor reported being grabbed by invisible hands while crawling through a tight corridor. EVP recorders caught distant screams and low chanting that left the crew frozen in terror. Netherworld Haunted House is more than a film set, it is a magnet for restless energy. Union Station in Los Angeles may look grand and timeless with its Spanish-style arches, golden chandeliers, and echoing halls. But under the beauty lies an unsettling presence. Built in 1939, the station has seen millions of travelers pass through, yet locals whisper that not all who enter ever leave. Its dim waiting rooms, shadowy tunnels, and empty platforms have made it a popular spot for Hollywood, with films like Union Station 1950, Blade Runner 1982, Catch Me If You Can 2002, The Dark Knight Rises 2012, and Bugsy 1991. But every shoot at this station carried terrifying stories the cast and crew can never forget. During Union Station 1950, crew swore the empty ticket hall was alive with whispers. A sound technician kept hearing someone call his name in a low male voice. Late one night, a spotlight fell without reason, crashing inches away from an actress. Some said it felt like the station wanted the filming to stop. On Blade Runner 1982, strange shadows appeared on camera. Harrison Ford reportedly felt a heavy hand on his shoulder while rehearsing, though no one stood behind him. Extras claimed a woman in a 1940s dress drifted across the platform, then vanished into the tunnel. Even the director admitted the atmosphere felt too real for a sci-fi future. The filming of Bugsy 1991 was haunted by footsteps. Warren Beatty once turned in anger, thinking a crew member was tailing him, only to find himself alone in the echoing hall. A makeup artist screamed after seeing a man staring at her in the mirror, but no one else could see him when she spun around. Catch Me If You Can 2002 brought lighter scenes, but heavier chills. Leonardo DiCaprio joked about feeling followed, but later refused to stand alone on the platform after hearing a child crying behind him. Security guards swore they saw a figure pacing in the locked ticket office, but it was empty when they forced it open. The eeriest happened during The Dark Knight Rises 2012. A loud moan swept through the set, caught clearly on audio. Crew thought it was feedback until playback revealed a voice whispering, "Get out." Some refused to work the night shift again. Georgetown in Washington, D.C. is one of the oldest neighborhoods in the capital, lined with cobblestone streets, 18th century houses, and shadows that seem to stretch longer than they should. By day, it feels charming and historic, but when night falls, the air grows heavy, and the whispers of the past crawl through every alleyway. For decades, Georgetown has been known as one of the most haunted neighborhoods in America. And when filmmakers bring their cameras here, they discover that the haunting is not just folklore. The most famous film shot here is The Exorcist 1973, which used the steep Georgetown steps and surrounding houses as its curse stage. The crew quickly realized the horror on screen was not the only one at work. Actress Ellen Burstyn suffered a real injury when a stunt pulled her too hard, and she later swore she felt cold hands on her back during another take. Director William Friedkin admitted that strange fires broke out on set for no reason, and one priest was even brought in to bless the location. Crew members claimed to see a dark shadow figure watching from the top of the steps late at night, disappearing whenever anyone climbed closer. Another eerie connection came with The Exorcist 3 1990, also filmed in Georgetown. During production, cast and crew began to experience terrifying déjà vu. George C. Scott spoke of feeling a strange pull at the same staircase where the first movie filmed, as if the air itself grew heavier. Several extras refused to return after claiming they saw a pale woman at a window of an abandoned house, even though the property was locked and empty. The Dakota in New York City is more than just an elegant, historic apartment building. It is a place where shadows breathe and the past refuses to leave. Built in 1884, its Gothic towers and silent halls hold a weight of tragedy and mystery. It became forever infamous when John Lennon was murdered outside its entrance in 1980. But long before and long after, residents and film crews spoke of unexplainable horrors. This building, one of New York's most iconic, has also been a haunting film location, where movies carried away more than just their reels. They carried scars of ghostly encounters. One of the most famous films shot here was Rosemary's Baby 1968, which used the Dakota's exterior for the eerie Bramford apartment building. The crew whispered about a curse almost immediately. Actress Mia Farrow confessed she heard footsteps pacing her dressing room when she was alone, and during one night shoot, a spotlight crashed down inches away from her. Roman Polanski, the director, admitted later he sometimes felt watched from the darkened windows of empty apartments. Some crew members swore they saw a woman in 19th-century clothes standing at a window, but the apartment was unoccupied. Another haunting came during the shooting of Vanilla Sky 2001. Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz filmed scenes in and around the Dakota, but something strange stopped them. A security guard reported doors slamming behind him when he patrolled the halls. Diaz supposedly screamed when she felt her hand ice over while leaning against a wall during a pause in shooting. Extras whispered of a man in a long coat who walked past them on the sidewalk, only to vanish in the blink of an eye. The director later said that the eeriest thing was the audio. Many sound recordings picked up faint whispers saying, "Get out." Even during the making of The House of the Spirits 1993, the Dakota's aura of dread showed itself. The cast reported cold winds rushing through sealed hallways. A camera operator fainted after claiming he saw John Lennon himself standing near the entrance with a hollow look. Crew complained that batteries drained instantly whenever they tried to film near certain staircases. One actress was so disturbed by dreams of faceless figures that she requested her hotel stay be moved away from the Dakota entirely. The West Virginia State Penitentiary in Moundsville looks like a fortress out of a nightmare. Its stone towers rise like teeth, and its cells still echo with the screams of men who died there. Built in the 1800s, it saw riots, hangings, murders, and endless misery. Today, the prison is known as one of the most haunted places in America. Filmmakers have long been drawn to its eerie halls, and it has hosted chilling productions like Fool's Parade 1971, Night of the Hunter 1991 TV adaptation, Out of the Furnace 2013, Shadow, Dead Riot 2006, and Children of the Grave 2007 documentary. Each film left with stories that proved the prison was not just a backdrop. It was alive with shadows. During Fool's Parade 1971, actors felt watched in every corridor. One scene had to be reshot after the sound reels picked up a man screaming in pain, though no one else was in the prison that night. A guard on set swore he saw a figure pacing behind the cell bars, but the row had been locked and abandoned for decades. The Night of the Hunter TV remake 1991 brought new chills. An actress fainted in the execution area after feeling hands grip her throat. The crew said a light kept swinging above the gallows on its own, though the air was still. One cameraman refused to go back in after hearing heavy footsteps circle him in the dark. While filming Shadow, Dead Riot 2006, strange activity spiked in solitary confinement. Several extras reported violent headaches, and one swore he heard someone whispering his childhood nickname. A door slammed so hard in the block that the hinges cracked, even though no wind blew inside. In Out of the Furnace 2013, a scene was delayed after a prop chair slid across the floor by itself. Christian Bale later admitted he felt an icy draft follow him through the hallway, no matter which direction he walked. A boom mic caught whispers of murder during a tense moment, sending shivers down the crew's spines. Finally, the documentary Children of the Grave 2007 captured some of the most frightening evidence. While recording inside the infirmary, a camera operator screamed after a shadow moved across the wall, but there was no light source to create it. EVP recorders picked up voices saying, "Don't go," and still hear. West Virginia Penitentiary is not just a ruin, it is a living cage of restless spirits. Every film crew who stepped inside left with terrifying proof that the inmates never truly escaped. The Mizpah Hotel in Tonopah, Nevada, is a grand stone building that rises out of the desert like a ghost from another time. Built in 1907, it was once the pride of a booming mining town, but behind the chandeliers and velvet halls are restless spirits. The most famous is the Lady in Red, a woman murdered in the hotel who still lingers on the fifth floor, whispering to guests and brushing against their shoulders. For decades, Hollywood crews have been drawn to its old-world look, using it as a backdrop for films such as The Misfits 1961, Vanishing Point 1971, Cherry 2000 1987, The Motel Life 2012, and 5 Million Years to Earth 1977 TV release in U.S. Each film carried away chilling stories that no scriptwriter could invent. During The Misfits 1961, Marilyn Monroe and the crew stayed in Tonopah. One night, hotel staff said Marilyn woke screaming, claiming a woman in a red dress stood at her bedside. Lights flickered through the night, and a cameraman left early after hearing someone sobbing in the hallway outside his locked door. When Vanishing Point 1971 filmed desert scenes nearby, cast and crew used the Mizpah for lodging. Drivers swore they heard heavy footsteps on the empty upper floors. One actor claimed the elevator moved on its own, doors sliding open to reveal no one inside, just the faint scent of perfume. The filming of Cherry 2000 1987 brought worse chills. A stunt woman said she was shoved down the stairwell by invisible hands. Later that night, the sound crew recorded a whisper saying, "Get out now." A prop suitcase reportedly slid 3 feet across a room without anyone touching it. While filming The Motel Life 2012, actors complained of freezing cold spots, especially near the 5th floor. A crew member fainted after feeling a strong grip on her wrist. Security cameras showed strange flickering lights moving along the hallway where no one had passed. Finally, 5 Million Years to Earth 1977 U.S. TV release included exterior shots. During filming, extras spoke of seeing a shadowy woman in the window of a locked room. When checked, the room was empty but smelled of roses, the calling card of the Lady in Red. The Mizpah Hotel is not just historic. It's haunted at its core. Every film that touched its halls carried away ghost stories, proof that the Lady in Red and others still linger, watching every light, every camera, and every trembling actor. Orden Plantation in Wilmington, North Carolina, is not just a breathtaking historic site draped in moss and silence. It's a place where cameras caught more than actors. This southern estate has been a filming ground for many Hollywood movies. Yet behind the beauty, it has earned a reputation as North Carolina's most haunted filming location. 5 films in particular carry stories that the actors and crews still whisper about. Crimes of the Heart 1986, Lolita 1997, Divine Secrets of the Sisterhood 2002, A Walk to Remember 2002, and Hound Dog 2007. During Crimes of the Heart, the old plantation home refused to cooperate. Lights cut out whenever a scene rolled in the dining room, and one actress swore she saw a pale woman staring from the upstairs window while she was delivering her lines. Later that night, crew members found muddy barefoot prints leading up the stairs, though the floor had been cleaned only hours earlier. On the set of Lolita, darker chills plagued the crew. A director's chair collapsed on its own, nearly injuring a cameraman. The actors spoke of a child's laughter echoing in the chapel. Even though no children were on set, a production assistant left early after claiming something cold gripped her wrists so hard it left bruises shaped like fingers. For Divine Secrets of the Sisterhood, the outdoor garden scenes turned eerie. Crew found old camellias arranged in strange circles each morning, even though no one admitted to touching the flowers. A famous actress screamed mid-scene when she felt someone tug her dress sharply from behind. But when she spun around, the path was empty. The filming of A Walk to Remember carried an especially haunting legend. The rice fields filled with sudden mist during shooting, making actors lose their lines. One night, a security guard swore headlights of a phantom carriage glided silently across the plantation road, only to vanish into thin air. Finally, Hound Dog brought the most unsettling event. During a stormy night shoot, a loud moan swept across the property, captured faintly on audio. The director replayed it and heard what sounded like the word leave. Several actors refused to rehearse in the plantation house after that. These places prove that sometimes the real horror begins after the director yells cut. From ghostly figures on movie sets to strange accidents, the stories behind the camera are just as chilling as the films themselves. Thank you for watching and exploring these eerie locations with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.